It's a teen talk skating podcast where I embarrass myself. Hello, 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 and welcome to episode number 94 of a Teen Talk Skating podcast. My name is Van Gogh. I hope you guys are all doing very, very, very well. Today I feel like I have so much to talk about in this pre-episode, pre-main episode segment. I don't know, this week was just really weird for me. On Tuesday was Veterans Day, so we had school off, so I ended up going to school on Monday, not going to school on Tuesday, and going to school on Wednesday and the rest of the week. And so I feel like my brain just got really messed up by that, and now, like, everything is just like, like, what day of the week is it? Like, I cannot believe, like, right now it's Friday, because it feels like it's, like, Wednesday or, like, Thursday, I don't know. But it is Friday, thank the Lord, because I don't know, this week was really crazy, and I'm just like, I don't know, I was thinking a lot of things, and like today, like I just found out something, and I'm just like, okay, now I have to process it, and like, I don't know, I feel like it's always just a lot of that stuff going on, but I'm just trying to work on like perspective and mindset, and trying to remember certain things, and trying to stay true to like the values I'm trying to set up for myself, and not wavering from those, and all that really cringy self-improvement stuff. I don't know, I hope you guys are all doing very well. It's already November, it's so late in the year, I feel like it's gone by so fast. It is almost Thanksgiving. The week after this, I have Thanksgiving break, and so that will be the last Grand Prix. Yeah, that will be the last Grand Prix I'll discuss, and then we'll talk about Grand Prix Final, and then I'm hoping to do a video essay soon, like a different episode, because it's in competition after competition after competition that I want to do something different, more interesting. But yeah, just some planning. But I hope you guys are doing very well. And I guess we should go to our program of the week. Yeah, okay. Let's see you there. Program of the week. Okay, do you know, like, that feeling when you just kind of hear us, like, you just remember a song exists, and you're just like, "Oh my gosh, that song is so relevant to my life," maybe, or that song is so, like, I don't know, it just appears in your head randomly, and it just kind of comes out of nowhere. That's kinda my feeling with this part of the week. I was thinking about Evita for some reason, and the song "You Must Love Me," which is only from the movie version, not the musical. And so I was trying to find, like, what's a good Evita program that I haven't watched in a while, and I think this is the first time I've watched this one, and that is Nicole Bobeck and her 1997 U.S. Nationals Gala. She performs to Evita by Andrew Lloyd Webber. The songs performed are sang by Madonna in the movie, of course. I think this program is a perfect representation of why I do love and enjoy watching gala programs, even though obviously the main focus is always on the competition. I think gala programs are fun. I think gala programs are different, and this is no exception to that. Nicole Bobeck just looks like she's performing here. She's not here to win anything at all. She's already won a bronze medal at these nationals. She doesn't need to win anything anymore, and she performs for herself and she performs to the audience. In the beginning, it is "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina," and she is kind of on the ground, tracing the ground, looking at the ground, posing, and kind of questioning and pondering. And then it switches to the very, very upbeat Buenos Aires. And she is dancing like it, like her life depends on it. The jazz hands are there, the jumping is there, the toe taps are there. It's just this very upbeat, energetic dance, and she skates super quickly in that segment. There is this really nice point where she attempts to do a triple toe, but she pops into a double toe. But I honestly almost prefer it as a double toe because it looks so cool. Her jumps look slowed down in the air, like she's in slow-mo form, and it's a um, super cool like a moment. But then the star part of this program, my favorite part of this program is definitely when it transitions in the song "You Must Love Me," which is the song I was thinking about, of course. But this "You Must Love Me" is just, oh, it's so good, and she pairs it with her kind of choreo sequence of the time. They didn't have a choreo sequence back then, but you know what I mean. She does this gorgeous back spiral when Madonna sings "You Must Love Me." I can't sing, but beautiful back spiral that goes into a spiral. So she does a back spiral and it goes into a loop-de-loop, like a little swirl, and she ends up right in the middle in the center. And she spins out of the spiral, if that makes sense. Like she doesn't put her foot down and then go into a spin. She spins immediately out of the spiral, which like after having your leg up for that long, can't imagine doing it. She does this cool split jump motion into another double toe loop that's just so graceful and soft. And then she has another epic forward spiral moment where she like holds that spiral for a good 10 seconds. I feel like it's just like we don't have that kind of spiral these days, and I miss it. Um, but yeah, it's a beautiful program. At the end, she's kind of more posing, and I don't know. I feel like throughout the performance, she does feel the music. It has sad tones, it has the upbeat tones in Buenos Aires, but then it switches to the piano. It switches to the ballad. It switches to the sad story of Evita, and I don't know. It's just a really enjoyable gala program. It displays so many emotions. It really could be honestly a free skate. I don't know, I wish we had this type of skating that we saw more often outside of galas where it's just performance and the jumps are there, but they're not taking over anything, and you just appreciate the performance of what it is. But, times are different from 1997, it's almost 30 years later from that, and I understand why it isn't the same. But anyway, go check it out after you watch the episode, Nicole Bobek and her 1997 US Nationals Gala to Evita. And time for our main episode, which I have a lot to talk about. Yikes. Okay, see you there. That was your program of the week. Okay, guys, our main episode this week has to deal with the fourth Grand Prix of the 2025-2026 ISU Grand Prix of figure skating in the Olympic season. And this year, the fourth Grand Prix was the 2025 NHK Trophy. I think I think NHK Trophy was the fourth Grand Prix last year as well, if I remember, or maybe it was the third one, but I swear it's always in the middle somewhere. But this fourth Grand Prix means that we are more than halfway through, which to me is crazy because I swear the first Grand Prix this season, Grand Prix de France, was like literally yesterday. Like I remember watching it yesterday. But yeah, we are really far into the Grand Prix. As I'm recording this, I've already watched Summit Ski America, the fifth Grand Prix, but this episode is discussing the fourth one, which feels a little strange, but that's just how my scheduling works. I'm sorry. Okay, I know I'm kind of late to everything all the time. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just how like my scheduling works. I don't. It just yeah. School just no. I'm sorry. But anywho, the 2025 NHK Trophy is in Osaka. Was I guess was in Osaka, Japan, and skating competitions in Japan just hit the spot differently. They are always so high quality, so good. It's just, yeah, I love watching competitions in Japan, and I know that a lot of skaters love to go to Japan to skate as well. The crowd is so nice, the people are so nice, the country is beautiful, obviously, the culture. I just feel like I don't know, figure skating community has a huge appreciation for Japan because the competitions there are next level. The appreciation from this for the sport there is next level, and it's always great. Osaka, Japan. I did like the ice girls, the young skaters who kind of go out and pick up all the stuffed animals and the flowers and the gifts or whatnot that are thrown on the ice after skaters skate their programs. I love their outfits. They had these like I think red outfits, if I remember correctly. I don't know my memory. I wrote this down a week ago. I don't know, but I remember their outfits being like really intricate, and I feel like you could probably skate in that kind of outfit. But I like to see them, all have coordinating outfits, and it's cool to see that kind of level of commitment. I don't know, but yeah. I also want to know. This was a weird comment. I feel like this arena in Osaka. I don't know exactly what arena this was. I do feel like it was very conductive to sound. I don't know if it's conducive or conductive. Anyway, one of those words, science-y words. It was very open to sound in a sense. It's just like the sound very much like echoed and emanated throughout the room, and I don't know. I was just very I liked it a lot. Like when the announcer announces the names of the skaters, when you can hear the music so clearly, the clapping of the crowd just echoes throughout the room, and it's a very nice ambient acoustic space, if that makes sense. And I just feel like even if I watch from home, like the viewing quality is a lot like higher than a lot of other competition, and maybe that just has to do with the structure and the building of the arena. Not that I know engineer crazy stuff like that, but I don't know. Like I said earlier, the audience in Japan is just the best. They're always clapping, they're always emoting, there's signs, there's cheering, and it's always very cohesive. There's not like half of the arena clapping and half the arena is booing. They're always clapping, they're always cheering. If a skater falls, they're always so encouraging. And I don't know, if I was a figure skater, I would love to skate in Japan because the audience there, again, next level. They all just seem so just they're very much obsessed with figure skating, and I just think it's like that's the great part of this. I loved seeing Domo too and a couple other like different Japanese like characters, I guess, and the mascots, and it was cool. Um, I don't know. I guess NHK Trophy feels so much more like a television high level advertised event in a sense. There's so much advertisements everywhere, and you can tell that they had a lot of money to put in the event every year and stuff like that. And then last thing I wanted to mention about kind of the general competition was I loved getting to see Midori Ito, who medaled at the Olympics in 1992. She was silver medalist in 1992. She came out at the women's medal ceremony and gave the women there a medal, their medals for winning, what I mean, their medals for second, third. I don't know if she was there for any of the other disciplines for men or pairs or ice dance. I know for sure she was at the women's competition, and it was just super cool to see someone who's very well known in the figure skating community, first skater to land a triple axel at the Olympics, kind of come out, and I don't know, it was super cool to see Midori Ito give out medals. But I don't want to like make this episode run for like an hour, so let's get started talking about the competition. I don't want to make it too long, like last week's episode about what was it called? Skate Canada. Skate Canada. Okay, in the men's competition, let's see here. In the men's, let's see. In the men's competition, where do I want to start? Do I want to start and not finish? I don't know. I'm trying to like gauge. I need to decide this better in the future. Let us start in. I'm gonna start like quickly naming off some places that I just want to know real quick. I want to start in 10th place with Jimmy Ma. He was 10th in the short, ninth in the free. I won't get into technical details. And then I also want to talk about Andrew Torgashev from the US, who was 8th in the short and 11th in the free for ninth overall. So Torgashev was ninth, Jimmy Ma was 10th. They are both US men who are very much in that competition for that third spot at the Olympics. And, these scores weren't as high as they would have wanted. These skates were not as high as they would have wanted. Lots of issues, unfortunately, for them. I don't know. I do find the third U.S. men's spot very, very unclear right now. We've seen Jacob Sanchez, we've seen Maxim Naumov, we've seen Andrew Torgashev, Jimmy Ma. Um, who else? I'm missing one for sure. That's like a super major person. But just that U.S. third men's spot is very intriguing to me, and I think that's just something to keep on the tabs, I guess. Keep under not under. Keep on your radar, I guess, because the scores have not been super consistent from any one of the men. Oh, Tomoki Hiwatashi, that's what I'm thinking about. But the scores have not been consistent for like any of the men really. And so that third spot is gonna be very interesting. I almost think it's gonna come down to nationals. I really do believe it will come down to who places third at nationals. But yeah, ninth and Chogashev, 10 Jimmy Ma. In eighth place from France was Francois Pitot. There are two spots for France at the Olympics. I think he is not likely to get one of those. It's probably gonna go to Adam Schoenfeld and Kevin Amos. But Francois Pitot is quite younger skater. I would like he just came from juniors this quad, and so he has a bright future ahead of him. These skates were pretty decent. He doesn't have any quads yet, but it's pretty decent scores. He was sixth in the short program. Unclear edge on his flip, and then he was seventh in the free, another unclear edge on the flip, an error on the triple axel, and then on the triple sal at the end. But good skate, not a terrible skate at all. Good score. Yeah. I'm like hiccuping and coughing. I don't know. Okay, in seventh place, I do want to talk about this one more in detail. In seventh place was Matteo Rizzo of Italy, and Matteo Rizzo here, he was seventh with a seventh place short program. He was clean there. He did pop a triple lutz triple loop into a double loop at the end, and he did pop a quad toe into a triple toe. So clean skate, lower value on the jumps. In the free skate, he did fall on an under rotated quad toe, and he did get an unclear edge on the flip. And so those mistakes were really what brought him down there. Matteo Rizzo is very interesting to me too because there are again two spots for the men in Italy, but it's super unclear, honestly. I do think Daniel Grazel is going to get one of those spots because he's been the most consistent. The second spot could go for either Matteo Rizzo or Nikolai Momola. Nikolai Momola has more technical capacity, but not always the most consistent skater. Matteo Rizzo has been consistent here and there, and I don't know what that's going to come down to, and that's a very intriguing result for me. So yeah, Miritza is quite an enigma in terms of which men will get those spots for Italy at the Olympics, at the home Olympics. In sixth place here was Adam Hagara of Slovakia. This was quite an interesting result for me. I'm very happy with this result. I thought this was a really good skate, good program. He was ninth place in the short program, unclear edge on the triplets, and then a fall on a under rotated triple axel. I cannot talk, but he was a very good fourth place in the free skate with a pretty clean skate, did get an unclear edge on both the flip and the lutz, interestingly, and a slight negative Dewey on that last spin. But at the age of 19, I thought this was a very good skate. I think he has a lot of room to develop, but I feel like the basics foundations are there. I remember seeing him on the junior level. I remember seeing him skate there. I just thought he had very good flow. His free skate was a James Bond free skate. And I don't know, I just thought the vibes were there. I thought it felt very right. And I really did enjoy that skate from Adam Hagara. So a very bright future for the Slovakian skater. In fifth place, this was kind of a, okay. Was Junwon Cha, unfortunately, of South Korea. Huge fan favorite. These two programs were kind of night and day. He was third place in the short program. Clean quad out to get an under rotation on the triple lutz triple loop on that last jump. That third in the short came into a 10th in the free skate, unfortunately. A fall on a quarter quad toe, a pop double sow, a quarter on the triple axle, another quarter on the triple axle, under rotation on the triple sow, and then a popped single flip. I did enjoy this Moulin Rouge skate. I do think that even if he is not the most consistent skater technically in the jump sense, I did enjoy Juwon Cha's performance. I think these skates are kind of good. Raining Your Black Eyes for the short, Moulin Rouge for the free. They are very Juwon Cha in my opinion. I get that they're war horses, yes, but he takes them to another level. He takes them to his own level, and I appreciate that. He did medal back in 2023 at Worlds with that silver medal, and a lot of people thought he's the next big thing. He's gonna get an Olympic medal. Ever since then, has not been the most consistent skater, but not ruled out of anything. I would say. I think he still has a lot of potential there. I don't know, not ruled out, but it's a very far dark horse because it hasn't been the most consistent. But I don't know. Maybe I'm delusional and think he could still win a medal. I don't know. In the fourth place here was Boyang Jin of China. I honestly keep on forgetting about Boyang Jin. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like he comes out of nowhere sometimes. He's like, "Hey, I'm here," and I do really good at competitions. And I don't know. I just get shocked that he's still. I don't know. He's around. I don't know. But here he was fourth place in the short program. Clean skate, a little trouble on that triple lutz, triple toe. And then he was fifth in the free. This free skate was Perfect by Ed Sheeran, and then an Italian cover of Perfect by Andrea Bocelli, and it was giving high school heartbreak in a good way. I liked it. I understand the music choice is a little weird for figure skating. I get it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the weirdness of it. I enjoyed the quirkiness of it. And I saw a lot of people saying like, Perfect by Ed Sheeran. Really? But I got it. I don't know. Boyington has interesting music choices and I kinda I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, in the free skate he did get an under rotation on a triple axle and an unclear edge on the triple flip. But I liked it. I liked it from Boyington. Let's move on to our podium. In third place here was the Swiss skater Lucas Britschke. He was fifth place in the free. He did pop a quad toe into a triple toe, so he only could do a triple toe, but otherwise clean. He was third place in the free for third overall. This skate was, kind of flawed. Did get a double axle, single axle done instead of a triple axle, double axle probably, but that is okay. That is okay. It's fine. He got both quads done. Another step out on a triple axle. I'm trying to remember what was this program? It was like the middle. I don't know, guys. Every time there's like an Oriental program, like a Middle Eastern program, I'm just like, I don't know about this. I don't know about this. But Lucas Britsky is a good performer. I do like his skating. I don't know if this is my, favorite program from him. I don't know. It's just no, I don't know. I don't really like it. But still a good skater, still a good skater. But yeah, third place for Lucas Britsky. He is the reigning European champion. I almost forgot about that. I don't know. I feel like he has another skater who has kind of been up and down, kind of everywhere. And this is a good result for him. Not, top in the world kind of score, but still a really good score for him. Okay, and second place was Shun Sato of Japan skating here at home. This was a very, very strong performance from Shun Sato. He was second place in the short program, quarter on the quadlets, and then he was first place in the free with a new personal best, absolutely clean skate to the Firebird. One thing that impressed me so much about Shun Sato is that he must be the fastest rotator in the world. I don't know, watching it on the TV, he rotates like it's nothing. He rotates like a Beyblade. He rotates like a drill. I don't know how to explain it. I would honestly argue that he probably rotates faster than Ilya Malinin. The speed that he carries throughout his jumps, um, you know, he is kind of on the shorter side, I guess, and maybe that's kind of the advantage in that sense. But he rotates so fast. I feel like he doesn't get a ton of height on his jumps, but he makes up for it for the fact that he rotates like it's nothing. And this clean skate proved that his jumping is quite superior. And I really did enjoy watching him do the Firebird. I think this is a very good choice for him. Classical, very like refined, but still has those big technical pops. And so yeah, it was a well-deserved first place free skate in my opinion. Okay, although Shinsato won first place in the free, he did not get first overall, unfortunately, and that first place in the free skate went to his countryman Yuma Kageyama, also of Japan. He was first place in the short program. He did get an invalidated spin, like 0 points on his spin, but he still got first in the short program, so it didn't affect him a lot. But if he hadn't gotten that, he would have gotten a score above 100 for sure. And then this was a second place free skate. I want to talk about this quad Salchow in the beginning of this program from Yuhanga Kagiyama. Oh my gosh. That's this free skate. That quad Salchow must be the best quad Salchow I've ever seen in my life. I just thought the landing position was so smooth. The running edge out of it so smooth. And I really thought, oh my gosh, every judge better be giving him a +5 on that jump because I just thought that was the prettiest jump I've ever seen in my life. But that quad style was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. Um, but yeah, I just thought it deserved everything, and it got a really good score, but not like perfect, obviously. And then he did unfortunately kind of I did kind of jinx him. He did fall on a quad toe after that quad style, and so that was his only major mistake in the program. He did pop a triple toe into a double toe on top of his tacked onto his quad toe combo at the very end, but still a really good skate. He is a good skater, and there was a lot of conversation I feel like around Yuma Kageyama being the challenger to Ilya Malinin, kind of being the only person that might be able to beat Ilya Malinin. I almost think like, okay, like at this point, who is gonna beat Ilya Malinin? Because yeah, Yuma Kageyama is a really good skater. He scored very close to Ilya Malinin before. He's scored in the 300s before, but just in the past, not the most consistent skater. Not saying again that it's impossible because anything is possible. I almost feel like Ilya Malinin has kind of dominated. He's kind of asserted his dominance over the ice at this point. I don't know if anyone can beat him unless he kind of beats himself and he doesn't skate so well. I don't know, but Yuma Kageyama is a very good skater and very big congratulations to him for winning at NHK Trophy. So in third place was Lucas Britsky, and second place was Shinzato, and in first place was Yuma Kageyama. Yay. Okay, let's head over to the women's competition. This women's competition was oh oh. Where do I wanna start? Where do I wanna start? Let's start at ninth place, and I'm gonna skip up a little bit. I'm gonna start in ninth place just because this skater is kind of one of my favorites, and so I'm a little biased. That skater is Wakabe Higuchi. I know. Ninth place, Wakaba? No. Wakaba, no. Wakaba. Waka baby, like her Instagram profile. No. Wakaba, no. Anyway, Wakaba Higuchi was 10th in the short here. Double axel was fine. Popped the double lutz with a no combo on it. And a downgraded triple flip, unfortunately, left her 10th. And then in the free skate, she was 8th. Again, just not a clean skate, double axle, triple toe done, under rotations on the triple lutz, the triple loop, the triple lutz again with a rep call and a quarter call. She did fall on that second triple lutz as well, unfortunately. And she popped a double sal. Um, yeah, I think she was injured or something. I forgot what the reasoning was. I believe it was reported that she was injured or something. We saw her obviously last year, Waka Kikuchi. She made the Grand Prix Final. She won Ski America last year. She was sixth place at Worlds, and so I think a lot of people are kind of hyping up Waka Higuchi a lot. And I think this was just a skate that, maybe she had injury, maybe it was just not the best. I think she can still make the Olympic team in a month, okay? Like, I think she still can. I hope. I hope Wakaba. I don't know. There's so many women from Japan. I'm just like, please make the Olympic team. Please make the Olympic team. I will start a new country just so some of my other favorites can go. Anyway, okay, I want to skip ahead to sixth place because she's also one of my favorite skaters, and that is Yuna Aoki of Japan. Ugh, Yuna Aoki deserves the world entirely. Like, come on, people. Like, judges, come on. This girl right here, she being underscored like it's nothing, bro. Like, come on, people. Do you see it? Do you see the value in her skating? Like, please. I'm begging people. I'm begging the judges. See the value in Yuna Aoki skating. I get it. Okay, her jumps not the best. Her skating skills. Oh, come on, guys. Come on. Come on. Anywho, Yuna Aoki, she was ninth place in the short program, under rotation on the triple lutz, and then under rotation on the triple flip and the double toe, but she got that double toe removed because she messed up the combo. Her Adios Nonino short program is heavenly. Same thing with her free skate to La La Land. Oh my gosh, she knows how to get to my heart, bro. La La Land, like that is peak. Anyway, she got quarter calls on her jumps here. Quarter call on the triple lutz, the triple flip, the triple lutz again, and another triple flip. And she did pop a triple sal into a double sal. But this program to La La Land, I just thought so energetic, deserved all the skating skills in the world, in my personal opinion, which I know my personal opinion is always right. Aoki just like a masterpiece, masterpiece. The crowd was with her the whole time. Everyone knew the step sequence. She got first place in the step sequence, guys. Just that's how good that step sequence is. Okay, it's just good. It's just no. I refuse to believe. No, I don't believe it. Yeah, the judges were split on her quite a lot. Some of them thought she deserved a lot more. I agree she deserved more. I think her components make up for it. The judging panel was just a little strict on my favorite skater, just because they always are on my favorites. Okay. In the fifth place, and this was a good, I think, comeback result after a disappointment from the week before, was Sarah Everhart from the US. Sarah Everhart had competed at Skate Canada the week before, and this was a way better result here at Skate Japan NHK Trophy. She was sixth in the short program, a fall with on a downgraded triple loop. And then she was also sixth in the free skate. When I saw her skate, I thought most of the jumps looked very clean. I just thought everything looked great. They did go back and get a few quarter calls on there, unfortunately. On the flip, on the loop, and a lutz, and then a under rotated double loop. And then the very big visible mistake at the very end was her triple sal, which she had a big step out of, but she saved it. This was her skate to Poor Things, the soundtrack of Poor Things. It is very intriguing in a sense. The music choice, I guess. It's a little intriguing. It's a little abstract, and it's a little different. And I appreciated it. I genuinely appreciated it. I thought, Sarah Everhart, this is the moment for you to shine. And I think this program works well on her. I know a lot of people are like, why poor things? Like, why? I think it works well. I understand the plot of the movie. Actually, I don't. I don't really know it, but I just heard it's really weird. And this program gives a weird vibe on in a sense. In a good way. I just think she does weird in a good way. And I stand. I love Sarah Everhart. The American Queen of Consistency might not be super duper consistent this season, but mark my words, at Nationals she's gonna blow your socks off, okay? Okay. These top four I want to talk about as well. I mean, obviously, I don't know what I'm trying to say. This fourth place, I think this fourth place and the third place were a little controversial, and I this is a close one, and I'm gonna give my opinion after I discuss third place. But in fourth place, by only 0.15, so super close, was Young Yu of South Korea. She was third place in the short program with a very clean skate for her new season's best. She was also fourth place in the free skate with the season's best. Her Titanic free skate, I thought this was very excellently done. Her only mistakes being a quarter on a triple lutz and a under-rotated edge caught on the triple flip. And I do agree that jump did look under-rotated. Kind of the landing of, the landings for Youngyu's jumps sometimes just don't, I don't know, I don't know, I feel like her jumps don't maybe go as high as some other skiers maybe, and maybe that's why, but I do feel like this is probably one of the cleaner performances she has given in a while, and I did enjoy watching it. Um, Her Titanic free skate, I think this is a very good edited version of Titanic. It was no lyrics to My Heart Will Go On, but that is okay. I don't need the lyrics to it. I know it by heart. I'm singing it along with her skates. Her skates are singing the lyrics for her. Celine Dion, who? I'm kidding. Celine Dion's great. Um, but yeah, a good skate for Young Yu, and she was fourth place overall, but barely fourth place overall. The third place overall, however, was Luna Hendricks of Belgium in her comeback Grand Prix. If you don't know, Luna Hendricks was injured basically all of last season, and this is her kind of comeback season. She did already qualify another spot for Belgium at the Olympics, and now she is kind of making her way to the Grand Prix. She was third here after a fourth place short program, did get a quarter on a double axel and a fall under rotated triple flip. Her second place free skate was her Alegria free skate, which goes from sad to take me to the European club again for like the 100th time, Luna Hendricks. But anyway, she got two unclear edges on both of her triplets attempts, and she did get a quarter on the triple flip. But otherwise, it was a clean skate. It was a good skate. It generally was a good skate. In my personal opinion, I think Young Yu deserved the third place. I just think her free skate was a little bit undermarked. Yes, I understand there were issues with the rotations. I just thought her components deserve a little bit more. Young Yu was fourth overall. She was second in technical and seventh in components. And I just thought, especially maybe on presentation, in my opinion, she deserved a little bit more. And I think that a little bit more would have made her had a better result. Um, Maybe in the short program, she was also a little bit undermarked. I don't really know. But in my humble opinion, I think Young Yi should have won third place here. Even though I do enjoy Luna Hendricks a lot, I love Luna Hendricks. I'm not hating on Luna Hendricks at all. I just think if I was judging the competition, I think I would have placed Young Yu above Luna Hendricks because I do think the components deserved a little bit more just overall on the judging panel for Young Yu. But I see this both ways. I definitely see people, debate, argue about it. But yeah, the breakout star of this women's competition, however, was not the first place, not the third place, not anyone else, but the second place skater, Sofia Samandelkina of Kazakhstan, who, excuse me, who had a very big breakout performance here. This moment in the short program, I don't want to say it. But anyway, she had a clean short program. She scored 67.75 points, and when she saw that in the kiss and cry with that 67, you know what happened. I mean, if you're my generation, you know what happened. If you're other generations, I don't know. But if you're my generation, you know what happened when she saw that 67 on the short program score, okay? You don't need me to explain. But then Sofia Delkina, she was third place in the free skate. This was a very tactical free skate, in my opinion, saving all of her combos, basically almost all her combos for the second half. Her double axle double toe did get a little bit of negative GUE on it, and then a very interesting point in the second part of the second half of the program was she did a triple flip and she meant to put a triple toe on it, but she had already done a triple flip before and she didn't end up putting that triple toe on it. So that triple flip got a repetition call, but with positive GOE, still very little positive GOE. And she was very gutsy on her last jumping pass. She did a triple loop and then tacked on that triple toe that she missed from the last jumping pass. So she had meant to do a triple flip, triple toe, didn't get that triple toe done, didn't even attempt it, did get a rep call because she had already done a triple flip in the first half of the program, and then did that triple loop, triple toe. Very gutsy move for her, but it got her the points that she needed to ensure that she got second place here, because without that, she would have dropped down quite a bit, I feel like. And so very gutsy move from Sofia Samadakina. She is very, very young. And yeah, very good skate for her. Interested to see if she can potentially be a dark horse maybe for that Grand Prix final in December in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, people, from now. Wait, 3 weeks? I actually don't know. I'm sorry. But the Queen of Japan, Kaori Sakamoto, was first place here by 27 points. She was just on a level of her own, I guess. A level of her own, a mark of her own. I don't know. She was first in the short program. She did get that unclear edge call on that triple Lutz, which I feel like she has been working on that Lutz edge quite a lot. I feel like she used to get more calls on that Lutz edge. But anyway, here she did get a call on that Lutz edge for an unclear Lutz. Excuse me. And then she was first place in the short program with a fairly clean skate. Did get an under rotation on the triple flip, triple toe on that second jump, but still a good skate. I really do enjoy her short program. I don't know. I think Carrie's programs, I've mentioned this, I feel like in the past before, Carrie's programs never really impressed me when I first see them in the very beginning, but they grow on me. And this out competition, the short program grew on me a lot. It was time to say goodbye, and I just thought, I don't know, it just felt, I don't know, I just thought I vibed with it. That's what I'm trying to say. I vibed with Kaori Sakamoto in that moment. I vibed with Kaori Sakamoto. The free skate, I think, is still warming up to me a little bit, but it's still a very good free skate regardless. But yeah, in third place here was Luna Hendricks, and in second place was Sofia Samadelkina, and in first place, Kari Sakamoto. Now, I do think that I want to add on to that. My previous point about Kari Sakamoto is that very interesting very interesting about Kari Sakamoto. She has kind of been the front runner for the Olympic gold these past quad, just as a whole. She's been the front runner for an Olympic gold. But suddenly you got all these other women coming in. Amber Glenn, for example, Alyssa Liu had a big breakout last season at Worlds, all these other women coming in, Moni Chiba coming in, Amy Nakai coming in, and you do wonder, is Kari Sakamoto gonna be able to get that Olympic gold after kind of being very hyped up over the last quad as the rightful owner of the next Olympic gold, or the partaker, the rightful earner, I guess, because she's been so consistent over the last quad. I don't know, and I think it will be very interesting to see if she can keep that world number one standing and everything like that. Very interesting to me to kind of see kind of Kari Sakamoto's story kind of unfold in a way. I don't know. Okay. Okay, so that was the women's competition. Now we will talk about the pairs competition just briefly here. I want to talk about the pairs. Oh gosh, let's see where we want to start. I will start in fourth place because this is a very, very good result for Japan. In fourth place was the pairs team of Nagaoka and Moriguchi of Japan. They were fourth place in the short here with a new personal best, clean skate, and they were third place in the free skate with a new personal best. Side by side, double toes, unfortunately, and did get kind of slight errors on both their triple loop and triple sow throw jumps. But I want to note that Japan is kind of rapidly expanding in pairs and in ice dance as well. And this is a good example of that. They did not have any pairs really that were super duper big and major, and they were winning medals and they were making very notable statements on the world stage, many, many seasons ago. And now they've gradually built up their pairs program. This is a great example of that. Of Nagaoka Moriguchi. This is a really good score. 202.11 is not a score to laugh at all. It's a huge score for pairs. Two new personal bests here, and I'm hoping they can keep it up. They have the Japanese team of Miura and Kihara, who are very, very excellent as well. And if this second pairs team, Nagaoka Moriguchi, kind of rises up, Japan is definitely set. I feel like Japan is a very set. Um, I know Japan is very, 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 very set. I don't know how to say. They're very set up for a lot of success, especially as we approach more in the future as well. Okay, in third place was Sui and Han from China in their comeback season after we haven't seen them since the dang Olympics. Sui and Han are here and they're back and they're here to play. And they did very, very, very good here. They were first in the short program actually with a clean skate, which just shows you that yes, we may be, Olympic champions that have not competed in 4 seasons, but yes, we can still get first in the Grand Prix short program. And then they unfortunately had a fourth place in the free skate, just not the best program for them. Under rotation on a triple, on not triple, on a double axle, pop double side by side, errors on their triple south throw, and their oh gosh, I don't remember the pair's abbreviation. The lift, the second to last lift of the program, which is the five rotational, no, five. Yeah, yeah, that's second to last lift. But still very good skate. They got third here. They got third at Cup of China as well. And so obviously they're doing very, very well for themselves. And yeah, I don't know. Is Swain Han gonna get an Olympic medal again? I don't know. Can they defend their Olympic title? I don't know. Based on these scores, they're on a good trajectory. They're on an upward trajectory. I don't know if I would say like yes, they're getting Olympic golds again because their scores haven't been as high as some of the top teams, but still very, very impressive from Swain Han. Now, in second place was the Hungarian team of Pavlova Siatchenko. I remember them as always as the technicians of pair skating. They're always very good at the technical side of skating. They were third place in the short program with a brand new personal best. Clean skate there. They were second in the free skate with a fairly clean skate. Their only mistake being a triple toe double axle single axle sequence side by sides. Their twist was very huge, very, very excellent, and they got a personal best and overall score as well. This 2 seasons ago, I think Pavlo and Siatchenko did really, really well for themselves. The year prior to this, the season before this, 24-25, not as good, still good, but not as good. And now they really are maybe building up again. This is a really good score. They were third at Grand Prix France, and now they were second at NHK Trophy. And maybe we'll make the Grand Prix Final. And very good scores for them. Maybe getting to that point where they were at kind of last year, or no, the 2 seasons ago, where they had that really big upward trajectory, and the world really got to know their name. Okay, good. Okay, and then in first place in the pairs competition was the Italian pair of Conti and Macchi of Italy, and here they were second place in the short. Okay, they were second place in the short with a clean skate. Yeah, clean skate. Oh, excuse me, I'm like yawning all over it. Clean skate could have had a little bit more GOE, I guess, but it's still good. And then they were first place in the free skate, did fall on a triple loop throw, slight touchdown on the triple south throw, but they still got first overall. This Caruso free skate is like I've been listening to Caruso nonstop because of this free skate. I don't know what makes it so emotional to me. I just think Caruso works well with pairs. I don't know what it is. It's Lara Fabian and she's singing Caruso, and it's just like it's a vibe, bro, and it makes me kind of want to cry. I'm not gonna lie. I just think the music is so beautiful and their skating is so beautiful. And it's just like this Italian love story. I'm just like, I don't know. I just believe in this Italian love story that I don't know, man. I don't know where it comes from in my head. I'm just like, dang, this is so deep and just like tragic. And I'm sure there's a story behind it. I'm just like, wow. Like, wow, Lara Fabian is so good at singing. I don't know if that's it. I don't know if it's the singing or the skating, but I'm sure it's the skating as well. But I just think the singing is so good. The music is so good. It's on top. And then Conti and Machi they just do it well. They just do it well. Okay, but anyway, that was Paris. So third place, Wei and Han. Second place, Pavlovitz Vyatchenko, and in first place, Conti and Machi. Now it is time to move to the final behemoth, the final monster we must slay before we finish the episode, and that is Ice Dance. Oh, Ice Dance. Okay. So I want to start off in sixth place just to get the kind of elephant out of the room with Maya Shibutani and Alex Shibutani. If you don't know who the Shipsips are, they were third place at the 2018 Olympics. They have not competed in 7 years, and they decided that this was their comeback season because why the heck not? Because they just felt like they had unfinished things to do. I do want to discuss again another kind of elephant in the room, and that is that there was a video that came out of them training and Alex Shibutani being extremely mean to his sister, yelling at her, telling her that she's doing things wrong. Um, it was very, very verbal and violent, and a lot of people kind of called him out on that. And I think he kind of had a recent response to that where he said, he just lost his temper during training and everything was fine. He could control himself, things like that. He kind of apologized for everything. I don't know, this in this case, I'm not there, I guess. I'm not completely super duper in the know of what happens every single day when they train. Not a lot of us are in that loop. But I just hope that their relationship in the end is a healthy one and that that kind of thing happens not very often. It should not happen at all, obviously, yelling at your partner like that. And that's obviously terrible to your own little sister as well. And so I don't really know what the exact situation is, if everything was real and genuine and if everything he said was genuine for the apology and everything. I just hope that everything is okay. And if nothing, if something is not okay, then I hope that someone from Team USA, an official or someone, a coach or something, does something to kind of intervene in that. But the Shibutani tier were in sixth place at the NHK Trophy. They were sixth place in the short program with a clean skate. They were also fifth place in the free skate with a clean skate. What about the scores? Okay, I think the kind of thing was some people like myself. Genuinely, I was in this too. Some people thought, including myself, that when the Shipsips came back, like everything was over. Like they're gonna give them so many good points. They're gonna give them such good scores, and I think these scores. I think a lot of people thought they were very fair because again, they haven't competed in 7 seasons. Their skating isn't maybe as like updated, and it's not as there's different rules now and everything, and so that takes obviously a lot of getting used to. They haven't skated in so long, they haven't competed in so long, and that definitely contributed to it. And so they didn't get that, rocket meteoric rise. I thought they were gonna get first place or second or third or something crazy, and they're gonna go to the Olympics for sure and everything. But I guess, that did not happen, and I understand why that didn't happen, and perhaps they could, still improve throughout the season. But a lot of people kind of rule this off as, oh yeah, they're not making the Olympic team. Like based on these scores, I don't think they're making it, and that might be true from this point on. I don't know, but we will have to see with the ship sibs and what kind of comes out of their scores. But yeah, in sixth place was them. They placed below the fifth place team, also from the U.S. of Wolf Kosten and Zarevsky. They were fifth place in the short, not the short, the rhythm dance, and then they were fourth in the free dance. But again, personal best across the board for them. Really good scores for them. I don't think I've ever seen them with this high scores, at least in the past. Their previous personal best was just 180 at Lombardia, but they did really well here for 182 at NHK Trophy. So really great result for the American team will Kosten Sarevsky. In fourth place here was the Czech team of Wolf Kosten and Wolf Kosten. I can't talk. In fourth place was the Czech team of Tashlerova and Tashler, the sibling team. They were fourth place in the rhythm dance with a clean skate. They were unfortunately sixth place in the free dance, and I just think their levels maybe weren't as high on the 1 foot step sequence and the diagonal steps. Level twos there were not as high as some of the other teams maybe, and that's maybe why they contributed to that. They still remained in fourth overall, even with that sixth place free skate. But a really good, showing from Tashlerova and Tashler. I have to admit I have not watched these programs because I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, but what did they skate to? What are they skating to this season? The Tashlers are skating to the Matrix. Okay, they're skating to the Matrix. just keep that in mind. Okay, but they're skating to the Matrix. Okay. In third place on the podium was the U.S. team of Caroline Green and Michael Parsons. They were third in the rhythm dance here. Third in the rhythm dance with a clean skate. Did get some level one on their pattern step they would like to raise up, but it was a good skate from them. They were third place in the free dance as well, a good clean skate as there as well. They did not get to compete at Cup of China. I believe Michael Parsons got injured. I think it was his hip, I believe it was for a bit, but I guess it was a very minor injury because they're back here skiing. I'm hoping he didn't aggravate it again here at NHK Trophy, but they were able to get third here. A very good score for them. Season's best overall. There is that conversation around the U.S. ISAN situation. Chuck and Bates are definitely on top. Kara Ponomarenko, I would say, are second. But then that third spot, Green and Parsons are one of those teams in the running for it. Zingis and Kolesnik had a very good showing at Cup of China that they could also be going for it. And then, could be any of these other teams. Maybe Wolf Coast and Sorevsky makes a run for it as well. That third ISAN spot for the US is going to be very intriguing, just like that third US men's spot that I mentioned earlier. In second place was the Italian team of Guignard and Fabry. Kind of coming back from that disappointment back in France earlier, they were fourth in France. It was a very disappointing result. Many people were shocked, including myself, that the judges just suddenly stopped giving them points, honestly, and it was very interesting to see. But here for Guignard and Fabry, they were second in the rhythm dance. Did get negative Jui on their twizzles, unfortunately, just slight bobbles, I believe, from Marco Fabri. He got only level 2, showing New York got a level 4 there. The Italian judge really put them in first place still, which by quite a lot actually, which is very interesting. Um, I mean, not a ton, but still put them in first place despite the mistake. Their second place free skate, I did get to their free dance. Sorry, I did get to see this one. I thought it was a very refined skate. It's called, I think the movie is called Diamanti or something like that in Italian. It's a famous Italian movie that I have not seen yet, but maybe I should see it after this program. I thought it was a very, very good skate. Um, yeah, I thought it was a very good skate. They do very nice spins, very nice transitions. It's very classic Yarn and Fabry, and I think that's what they should stick to maybe in this Olympic season. I don't know if they're gonna make the Olympic podium because the Olympic podium situation is a little crazy right now, and I'm sorry, but I want them to make the Olympic podium. If just so too many variables in ice dance. I'm sorry, guys. Ice dance is not my favorite this season because I can't win ice dance. I can't. But anyway, in first place was the British team of Fear and Gibson. They were first place in the rhythm dance here with a clean skate, and they were also first place in the free dance with a clean skate. I did see a really funny video, not funny, but they were IC was interviewing if Lewis Gibson to some of the other ice dancers. I mean, if Lewis Gibson should be able to wear a kilt because Theory and Gibson are doing a Scottish themed free dance for their free dance this season, and a lot of them said yes. But I guess in the current dressing rules for the men in ice dance, they are not allowed to wear skirts of that kind. They're only allowed to wear pants. So there's kind of that big conversation around if men should be able to wear kilts and skirts and everything. And I'm up for it. I think it's kind of cool and interesting, and it adds more variety to the sport. And why not? Let's just have some fun. It's our sport, stuff like that. But yeah, really good, interesting results here at the NHK Trophy for Iceland. Third place, Green and Parsons. Second place, Guignard and Fabry, and first place, Fear and Gibson. And that is all for this episode about the 2025 NHK Trophy. Very interesting results here. A lot of new surprises, a lot of new shocks, a lot of disappointments because my favorites are getting underscored because they deserve 300 points for all of the disciplines. Anyway, next week, we will be going back to North America to Lake Placid, New York, where we will watch the 2025 Skate America. Very crucial now as we head to the fifth Grand Prix, as a lot of these placements will decide who is going to go to the Grand Prix final, who's going to have to stay at home, who's going to go maybe even to the Olympics based on some of these results if their country brings in that criteria and everything like that. This is some crazy important competition. We will go to Skate America, and then the last Grand Prix in Finland will come out very, very soon. And so that would be absolutely crazy And yeah, I will see you next week where we talk about Skate America. I will spend this weekend watching a lot about Skate America. And yeah, I hope you guys are doing very well. My name's Go. I hope you enjoyed episode 94 of a Teen Dog Singing podcast where I ranted about the 2025 NHK Trophy. Next week, you will hear me rant about the 2025 Skate America. And I hope I will hear from you then. Bye bye.